Am I the Asshole Crazy Landlord Edition. The year was 2016. I was 21 years old, graduating early from college. I had gotten an internship in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. One of the girls that I had studied abroad with on semester at sea had also graduated early and was coming to live with me. So I moved down in January and I got an apartment, my job started, and then she came late. And I had found an apartment in downtown El Centro, Cabo San Lucas. If you've ever been, it was right next to the Giggling Marlin. In that area of town, whether or not there are people out, the music is pumping. So as soon as my friend came to stay, she was like, we absolutely cannot stay here. You go to work, I'm gonna find us a new place. She found us the beautiful spot that you guys have seen from this other post. This was a 2-bedroom. It had a beautiful pool in the backyard. There was an upstairs unit that I think had 3 bedrooms, so it was a shared pool. And basically it had 2 bedrooms, 2 living room areas, and then the kitchen. And we toured it with the property manager, who was the wife of kind of one of the bigwigs at work. And we told her, we are having friends come for spring break. I was having a group of my college friends come for my spring break, and then my roommate was having a group of her cousins come for their spring break. So I was having 5 people, she was having 3 people. There was concrete couches that were built into the wall in both the front living room and the back living room, and then they obviously had cushions on them. She was like, look how many people you can fit here. Obviously, like, this is a residential area. We were further out of town than when we lived in El Centro. Just be aware of the neighbors, you know, like don't make it too loud. And we're in our early 20s, but obviously we're still respectful people. And so we were like, yeah, that's no problem. Honestly, we're probably gonna be out most of the time anyways, and I still have to work. He did tell us that the neighbors upstairs were moving out soon, so it was gonna be empty, and that the owner had always tried to get $1,200 for both places, but the bottom unit that we were moving into had not been filled in a really long time. We had to do probably like a first, last in deposit, but we did it immediately because we wanted to move in right away because our friends were coming soon. She did tell us that the landlord traveled a lot, so we probably would not see him. We signed the lease, we paid the money, and we moved in like the next day. And we get a message from the property manager that the landlord is actually coming by and he wants to meet us. We're like, yeah, that's totally fine. We're here, whatever. Within the hour, he shows up, and he is an older gentleman, probably like in his mid to late 60s. He is quite tall, and he shows up wearing a shirt that I've actually drawn for you because it is seared into my memory. This is the least vulgar version of this drawing, but it is a shirt that has 2 stick figures on it. One of the stick figures is standing, the other is kneeling, and it said, "This is you," to meet us, his early 20s female tenants, for the first time. And he comes in with a cop that is in uniform. They introduce themselves to us, and then they head upstairs. What ensues is an eviction, and we had just moved in, so at this point, we don't really know who is at fault, but we know that it is like quite an extreme eviction that's going on. There's yelling. It is in Spanish. We caught bits and pieces about, you know, maybe some unpaid money.